guys, Kevin here, MTG to go, Blue Shell Gaming. Just wanted to open some packs for you guys tonight. I got 6 packs of both of the Gatewatch that I won at my pre-release, and wanted to open those up on camera, hoping to get Expedition or something cool. First I wanted to kind of go through my deck and show you what I ran. I played both the Friday midnight and then again on Sunday, and the Friday midnight was really bad. I mean, I got like the worst pool of cards I think that there was available. At least that's how I felt about them. So just to show you my land base, just had some swamps and some plains, a few more plains and swamps. Got a blighted steppe, both for colorless and to use for the extra life gain. I used the Ruins of the Oranry for colorless, and Evolving Wilds actually came in handy when I got mana screwed a couple times and I needed double white for a couple double white cards. Now I included the Corrupted Crossroads at the beginning because I thought that it was going to help me get colorless mana, but I didn't read the card well enough and didn't know that I had to cast spells with the Void using that colored mana, paying 1 life, and I didn't have any Devoid spells in my deck, so I ended up pulling that out later. As you can see, my promo card was the Deceiver of Form. That was the top end of my curve. That was my 7-drop. I had a Kozilek's Pathfinder and a Deathless Behemoth. At the 6-drop slot, I had 5-drop Ghostly Sentinel and Kalastria Nightwatch. Get some flying damage in, and I was gaining a lot of life with this deck, so the flying ability came in quite handy with the Nightwatch. Oblivion Strike is just hands down the best removal to use in Oath, and it worked out really good. As you can see, I pulled an awesome Gideon, which really kind of pushed me into the allies, and Gideon did a ton of work, but he also got removed a lot. So but putting out those ally tokens, getting the ally triggers, having extra allies to tap down for things like Spawnbinder Mage and stuff like that was huge. Isolation Zone is just like another Silk Wrap or Stasis Snare, and Isolation Zone was quite handy as well. Had a lot of 4-drops, and the Cliffhaven Vampire. Flying was always a big thing, and then I was also gaining life down the road, as you can see with my Kalastria Healer and with the Vampire Envoy, so they would lose an additional life with the Vampire, and then it would also trigger, life gain would trigger Kalastria Nightwatch, so the deck was very consistent as far as what it did. You know, McKinley Patrol giving everyone vigilance, extra allies for different things, shoulder to shoulder. I debated putting it in just because of the support. I didn't know if it was going to be a really big thing or not, but support was huge, and having those extra counters really did make some of my creatures big enough to make a big deal. This Vampire did so much work as a flyer, but also every time you tap it, whether you're tapping it to trigger a cohort, or whether you're tapping it to attack, gaining a life off of it, triggering Nightwatch, triggering the Vampire, it was just great. And then giving this one counters with shoulder to shoulder was huge too. Wall of Resurgence is just the dumbest great card ever. You know, I had Fortified Ramparts too, and those 06 walls are funny, and people hate them, and I hate them, but they work so good. And you add that with a 3/3 elemental land, and this card is just so good. Did tons of work for me. additional life gain I had was through the Ondu War Cleric. I could cohort tap him, tap an ally that I either created with Gideon or somebody that was on the field at the end of their turn. I would gain life. I would trigger the Nightwatch. I would trigger the Vampire. It was just really cool. And then every time an ally entered the battlefield, I got Clash Healer triggers with the rally. They would lose a life, I would gain a life. They'd lose an additional life if this guy was out. This guy would get flying if this one was out. I mean, there was just so much synergy with that. Mighty Leap was great just because I used it as a combat trick both in blocking and to take out a bigger creature, but also to give something flying before I attacked, and so that they couldn't block because they didn't have any flyers out. Gideon's Reproach is just always good. And I only had one drop, but let me tell you, the Cliffside Lookout later in the game, paying the 5 mana, everyone gets a 1/1, and I think a lot of times it just pushes the entire group over the edge. So I did really good at the pre-release. I won 3, I lost 1, and I drew 1, and I shouldn't have even lost the one that I lost. I made kind of a mental error. I didn't attack with flyers on 1 turn, and the guy ended up beating me with 3 life, and I could have killed him 2 turns earlier if I would have attacked when I was supposed to. Just playing casually and making mistakes. It just happens sometimes, and you got to be careful for it. These big guys, just big 5/5s and 6/6s, making this guy unblockable with a colorless. But let me tell you, the Deceiver of Form, I never drew like a big guy off the top to make copies of all my creatures for this guy, but the simple scry ability, basically, I flip a card off the top, and if I go, I don't want to draw that next turn, scry it to the bottom, because it says you may put this to the bottom of your library. If not, I leave it on top and I draw it next turn. Yeah, they know what I'm drawing, but that scry ability helped me a lot to finish off opponents at the end of the game. So all the matches I won 2-0. The one I lost it 1-1 or 2-1, and then the one we tied, it was 1-1-1, and I had the guy near the end when we finished our turns at turn 5. So just a really cool deck, really cool Jedi, Return of the Jedi sleeves. Everybody was really cool, and we had a lot of fun. I mean, I really like pre-release, and I was really not too sure about the Battle for Zendikar packs, and let me tell you, the first day, the Battle for Zendikar pool was complete garbage, but my Oath pool was pretty bad too. I got 2 Oaths. I got an Oath of Jace and an Oath of Gideon as 2 of my 4 rares, and then the other 2 were just bad also. I ended up with such bad cards. I went 2 and 3 on that pre-release, and I was lucky to win the 2 that I won. Just real bad cards. I just couldn't put together any synergy with them. But I really feel like if we did pre-release with just Oath, there wouldn't be enough synergy to build a good deck. So I understand now why they went to BFZ and they wanted to do both, because, I mean, as you could tell with my deck, I had probably 40-50% of my cards were BFZ cards, or the synergy all leaned off of the rally abilities and the allies from BFZ. We know those cards pretty well, so it's a lot easier to play with those. But without further ado, let's get to some pack openings. So I've been holding on to these for a day, waiting to open them, and we did see 2 expeditions pulled on our Friday pre-release, and another 2, I think, on our Sunday pre-release. So expeditions are out there, and they're getting pulled pretty quickly and easily. Hoping to pull something cool for you guys. So let's see what we got here. Let's move straight to our uncommons. Timber Gorge, Grip of the Royal, Relentless Hunter, and a Sylvan Advocate is our rare. Plant token and swamp. Sylvan Advocate actually looks like it could see some serious standard constructed play. 2 mana 2/3 is just beautiful, and then when you control 6 or more lands, you're getting that +2/+2 is just plus the vigilance. I mean, the card just seems so good. Plus it's an elf, so it can go in an elf deck. It's an ally, so it can go in an ally deck. There's just so much going on with that card. It just seems stupid good. Another Timber Gorge, a Havoc Sower, a Visions of Brutality, and a Stonehaven Outfitter. That was my promo for the first night, was the Stonehaven Outfitter. And a Forest and a Scion token. So, not starting off too bad. I don't know if equipment's really going to be a thing or not. People are talking about it like it is. We'll see what happens when people start putting together their decks. Birthing Hulk was really good. I did use him. I did green-black Devoid kind of with my first Night's deal, and Birthing Hulk was really good. Warping Whale and a Dimensional Infiltrator. Yeah, I heard that card was really good in limited. I didn't get a chance to play with it, but anytime you can flash in a creature on the opponent's turn to stop a flyer, to block something, or to flash it in and have that extra mana to spend on the next turn, and it be Summoning Sickness be over, there's always good things you can do with that. Reckless Bushwhacker did a lot of damage in the pre-releases. I saw Birthing Hulk, Warping Whale, and a Vile Redeemer. I did pull one of those in my second pre-release also, but no other green cards. Oh, no token, but we have... Oh, I got one of these things the other day that said, the battle for Innistrad begins. So, getting people ready for Innistrad. Alright, let's pull something good. I want a mythic out of these 6 packs. Let's see if we can get a mythic out of this. Ooh, wastes. Alright, Essence Depleter. Oh, we got a foil back there. Blessing. Ooh, a Wandering Fumar. I always look at this and I mess this up. Fumarole. It's the red-blue manland, and I'm looking at building something with red-blue. I was a big fan of the red-blue tutelage deck in the last standard before BFZ, and I'm thinking with that, what's the red-blue dual-color prowess flyer, that and these guys, and we could do something really cool with red-blue again. So I'm hoping for something cool with that. Let's see, what is our... It is an Elemental Uprising as our foil. Elemental Uprising was a good card too. I had that in the first night. 2 mana to make a land a 4/4, and then it forces it to be blocked this turn is really good, because then you can bring it on an instant, make it be blocked, so you bring in an extra blocker, or you can make it be blocked so that their only creature that's able to block has to block that, and then you can get through damage on with another creature. So, Immolating Glare, Mind Melter, Gift of Tusks. Oh, we got another foil back there. And the Bearer of Silence. And our foil is a Bearer of Silence. A Bearer of Silence foil and a Bearer of Silence regular in the same pack. That's cool. At least it's a foil rare. Alright, so that was our 6 packs. We got 7 rares and 2 foils. Manland is always good. I think the Sylvan Advocate is going to be highly played. And I mean, even the Bearer of Silence, a black 2-drop Devoid with an upside is always good. So, yep, those are my cards. And I will be back at the end of this week. I have a booster box of Oath and a fat pack of Oath that I'll be opening for you guys. And yeah, so hopefully we'll pull some spicy stuff out of that. Maybe get an expedition out of there. So if you haven't already, like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more Oath of the Gatewatch pack openings. Have a good one. Bye.